Fujifilm X-Pro3 versus Fujifilm X-T5. High ISO sensor comparison and color comparison and micro contrast comparison. Let's look at some files shot at big ISO levels and let's see which one is better. Will the sensor with less megapixels will be better at noise levels than a bigger sensor? Let's talk about this now. Hi there and welcome to my channel. My name is Tudor Matescu and I like to talk about photography tips and tricks and photography gear. I don't like too much to pixel peep because years I've pixel peeped and I've formed my eye. I'm able to see from my real world results how a camera is performing and what are the results regarding ISO levels, gradation, colors, micro contrast, off a lens or off a camera. But I was asked to compare the X-T5 sensor to X-Pro3 sensor regarding noise levels and how it compares side by side, because the popular thinking is that a sensor with lesser megapixels will produce better images because the noise levels will be lower than a bigger sensor. My eyes told me, and I was looking at my files again, that X-T5 files are much better than the older files that I'm getting from X-Pro3, X100V, X-T4 and so on. The files that I'm able to get from X-T5 are at the level of a full frame camera, and in a future video probably I will compare X-T5 to Sony a7R III, because my impressions is that this X-T5 is bringing the quality, at least the quality of full frame Sony a7R III regarding tonalities, clarity of the image and noise levels. But I've made a test. X-T5 versus X-Pro3 with the 80mm f1.4 lens from Fujifilm, so a great lens, at ISO 3200, because from these ISO levels the problems are starting to appear, with ISO 6400 and ISO 12800. So we will look at the files in Lightroom and let's see my impressions about these results. So we have X-T5 on the left and X-Pro3 on the right. I will adjust the exposure of both files at +1. Let's look in the shadows. So I will look here because I have similar shadow, and as you can see the X-T5 is much sharper with better details than X-Pro3, and the noise is similar, a little sharper, but again the file is bigger, so this is why we are able to see better the noise. But at this moment I am feeling the files are the same regarding noise. So I've raised the exposure with +2 and I will look in the shadows, because this is where the noise is hiding the most. And as you can see, the noise is similar. Yes, the noise of X-Pro3, it seems a little blurry because the sensor is not able to resolve so much details. Look here at this part of the image. As you are able to see again, the X-T5 is more sharper, and this is why probably for others they are judging that X-T5 has more noise. No, for me the noise at this ISO level 3200 is similar. Let's go now to ISO 6400. So now at these ISO levels the exposure seems similar, but again my composition wasn't exactly the same because I'm interested in the noise in the shadows area, So again X-T5 noise, you could say, is more visible, but I would say it is more defined. Because the sensor it is bigger. As you can see here, X-Pro3 in a way missed the focus. It's not clear for me where X-Pro3 missed the focus, but anyway, the image from X-T5 is popping a little more probably X-Pro3 focused here and not on the eye. So again, this is a big problem for X-Pro3 because with the newer lens, the 80mm f1.4 missed the focus at f2.8. Anyway, let's look in the shadows. You're able to see here that we have similar noise. Again, think at the fact that the file of X-T5 is much bigger than the file of X-Pro3. Now, let's look at the ISO 12800. Again, we have here X-T5 on the left and X-Pro3 on the right. Again, the X-T5 file is popping more than the X-Pro3 file. It is much sharper with better details and so on. Now let's look in a darker area, X-T5 file on the left and X-Pro3 file on the right. Again, for me, for my eyes, X-T5 file is looking much better. I like it more. The fact that I have so many details are making the noise irrelevant for me. Because again, I know I can get rid of this noise, and by making the file smaller in size, I will also get similar noise. So from my point of view, the noise is similar to X-Pro3 in this test case on the table. So in conclusion, which sensor it is better? Again, for my eyes, for my experience, the X-T5 sensor is much better. Better details, better sharpness, and probably for many this better sharpness will result in thinking that X-T5 sensor has more noise to it. From my point of view, it doesn't have more noise to it. When I'm looking at those files, the noise it is similar. And again, it is irrelevant because you could have a cleaner file, but if it's not a sharp file, and if that file doesn't have micro contrast, colors, gradation, then what's the point? But I gave the best chance of X-Pro3. I've put the best lens on X-Pro3, so a very sharp lens that is able to resolve lots of details. And from my real world test, check link in the card where I compared X-Pro3 versus X-T5, I was able to see that X-Pro3 with this amazing lens doesn't produce images that are as good as the images produced by X-T5. So this test and my real world use of both cameras are telling me that the X-T5 sensor is much better, again much better. So if you want a good camera for Fujifilm and if you want the best image quality from an APS-C sensor from Fujifilm, then you need to look at cameras from Fujifilm with the 40 megapixels sensor. This sensor is a big deal, and also I've made a special video. Why is that? Please check that video now. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.